We were both 19, 20 years old because he was getting ready to fight Sonny Liston in Miami, and I was at Syracuse, and my trainer at Syracuse was the Olympic trainer for Muhammad, so he was Cassius Clay then, and that's when we met. And I had a basketball camp up in Pennsylvania in the Pocono Mountains, and ironically he had his camp up there, so we got to know each other relatively well, and he was an icon, no doubt about it. You know, the moniker of the greatest that ever lived in terms of athletes, he lived up to that to the very end.
You say you guys became pretty good friends. How did you guys stay in touch throughout the year?
We didn't stay in touch, but we'd see each other at different kinds of events. I visited his camp when he was preparing for the fight over in Africa, and when he fought here, I had a chance to see him. When Coleman Young was alive, we had a big day for me, and Muhammad came to that, so we've known each other, you know, for a long time.
What was he like away from the limelight?
Same person. Yeah, same person. I mean, he was a fun guy, very animated. He loved people. He'd engage in a conversation with anybody, and you know, he'd never looked at his stardom as something where he was better than anybody else, and he lived his life that way.
Since his passing, a lot of stories have come out about people and their relationships with him. Do you have any favorite stories?
No real favorite stories, other than the fact that when we first met down in Miami, we went to a club. Here's a guy that's training for the heavyweight championship of the world. And the lady that was performing was Dee Dee Sharp. I'll never forget it. And we went to see her. He was up a little late that night, but he didn't drink or anything like that. But he was out late.
Yeah.
What do you think he will mean to? What did he mean to the sporting world? The lasting impact that he's going to have on today's athletes?
Well, not only was he just an unbelievable athlete, I think how he got into social issues. I can remember as a young basketball player when they all went to Cleveland to talk about you know, racism and the changes that needed to take place in society. And he was one of those guys that was willing to stand up for what he believed in. Obviously, he did that, but I knew Jim Brown because he was a Syracuse guy. Kareem, who at that time was a senator, was there. I didn't go to that particular meeting, but I got to know all of those guys very, very well.
Do you think more athletes can or should take stands on issues today?
I think they should absolutely take issues. I mean, they're standing on the shoulders, in my opinion, of guys who were not afraid to stand up for what they believed in.